Wow, were we in for a treat? So there are a lot of great games that came out. Now, keep in mind, the only PlayStation thing I own is a fucking Vita. So I'm not interested in the PS5. Still have my Steam Deck, though. I think my Steam Deck is great. So you had some great showcase like Final Fantasy 16 or this one right here, Sword of the Sea. Overall, I don't care too much for most of these games. I mean, they either come to other systems or PC or they don't. I can imagine very few of them will ever come to the Switch. Something like this, maybe, if it's for its simplicity. Some simple looking games, if they're indie games, will come to the Switch. But honestly, I'm not caring one way or the other. But there are a lot of great titles. I don't think I saw Death Stranding 2. This one I thought was amazing was Phantom Blade Zero. Just the animations alone, just the way everybody's moving around. It's just this. It's like a ninja. I thought it was like the Ghosts of Amanusha, or whatever the fuck it was, or was a Sekiro. It's like here's the greatest Jedi Master that ever lived. This was fantastic. Or this one here that kind of looks like a Zelda ripoff. This is called the Tower of Agshila. Really beautiful. I mean, it kind of puts the Tears of the Kingdom to shame, but it really looks great. You're building your civilization, and you got these giant turtles. Looks like a snapping turtle with if he fucked a dinosaur. I don't know if a dinosaur and a snapping turtle mated. So you're building all this stuff. This was fantastic. Look at this. I don't know if this will ever get beyond the PlayStation. If it does, I get it for the Steam Deck. I know I'm putting it all on the Steam Deck, but I don't have a PC or at least a modern one. So this looks fantastic. Look at this. It's just like Breath of the Wild. Or actually, that paraglider looks like the one from Tears. Now this is the one Young Yeah seemed to like. Um, it's definitely what we're hoping for as promised, but there's like a few question marks about it. Mostly that is David Hayter coming back? I don't think David's coming back. And Kojima's not coming back either. And fuck Konami, they're doing pachinko machines and mobile games. Um, if it's anything like the new Silent Hill, if it's the same people, then maybe I would trust this. So if it's like the Silent Hill remake, if it's another group of people making this, then yeah, because Konami's given up on this whole ordeal. Now, I remember I think it was Al Smith, but kind of demonize this. Now, here's the thing I think about this. Now, if I may pause this for a moment and talk about this for a moment, you do need to have installed your games. Now, whether it's by disk or download, it's remote play. I don't think, I really don't think it would do exactly the same thing that if you get a DualShock controller and you get like a plastic thing and you stick your phone on it. Like this is a tablet right now, what you're seeing. I'm recording this on a phone to a tablet, and you're putting it on top of your controller. You can already do that. Why go through this trouble? I think, and Al was saying, well, why do all this stuff? What is the point? I think there's a point. I think that it sounds like it's a dumb idea, but I don't think it's a dumb idea. I think there's something more to this. I think what it is that, and yes, there might be cloud gaming. I don't think it's going to cost a lot of money. This might be a loss leader, or it might come with, it might be a bundle pack. Obviously, they'll sell this separately. If you already have one, why buy a bundle just to get another PlayStation? You get this separately. So I do think that it's separately and bundle pack. But I also think that you could, uh, if you're playing this as a second controller, you could download your progress onto your. You could remote play, and you could play. You could have the information downloaded. So as you're playing the game, let's say you're playing the Towers of Akshaba, or Spider-Man, or Metal Gear Solid. So as you're playing it, the information is being fed into your tablet, into this device. So they call it the PSQ, like the PSP, PlayStation Portable, but this is the PlayStation, I don't know, the PlayStation Quintessential, the PlayStation Quantum. So the PSQ would allow you to play the games with a stronger connection than just simply Wi-Fi. I think this is beyond Wi-Fi. It's not just merely Wi-Fi and cloud. I think it's a little bit more. They say more information's coming. This better not be a complete, fuck up here, because, after the Vita was poorly, the Vita was no different than the Wii U. I have the PS Vita. I'm okay with it, but I didn't like the whole firmware deleting my stuff. It's my stuff. I downloaded it. It's my games. But having said that, um, I thoroughly like. I really enjoy the Vita, and I'm sure the PSP is even more popular. But after the PSP, the PSP Go, the PS Vita, they're trying something else. And I do think this is the thing that they're trying. So it may be that it's not just Wi-Fi. It's like having a cord that literally is taking the information from your disk or your hard drive and putting it into this PSQ, so that as if you're playing. And if you, I'm kind of thinking of the e-reader. Do you remember the e-reader, that where you have a game, where you slide the cards in the e-reader slot, and then you can play Clue Land or Donkey Kong Jr. or Mario Brothers, one of the Black Series games on your Game Boy Advance. This might be what it is that you're putting in the information and it's downloading, and you can play one game at a time. And if you want to play a new game, it erases the data from the old game, or not erases so much, but it's still on here. But then you would have to wipe the memory to put a new game, one game at a time, on here. So basically what you're doing is that you're taking the game, or maybe even multiple games. Whatever you put in here goes into here. And as long as you're playing it, the data is constantly being fed. I don't know. This is not just merely like, oh, here we're gonna just waste some plastic and circuits, and where we could just be using the smartphone or your tablet onto a DualShock PS4 controller. I think it's way more than that. There's way more going on. And let's address the giant tarantula in the room. Not Craven the hunter, but well, that's not even Craven. That's just some guy. But then Craven's right behind him, of course. It's like, you can't stop me. I always thought this was cool. Remember when Craven was in the Xbox version of Spider-Man for the based on the movie? Yeah. Oh no, that's the end of that. So if luck has it, now the first two Spider-Man games, Spider-Man and Miles Morales, are available to play on the Steam Deck. I want to get this game on the Steam Deck. I really do. I know Horizon Zero, I think Forbidden West is coming to Steam Deck as well. I'm pretty sure if it hasn't, it's on its way to the Steam Deck. So a lot of PlayStation titles like God of War 4 and Horizon are on the Steam Deck, and the first two Spider-Man games are on there as well. It's fantastic, this sort of Batman and Robin, but it's Spider-Man and Spidey. I guess Miles Morales would be Spidey. He wouldn't be Spider-Man, he'd be Spidey. I don't know. Whatever works. I mean, is Tom Holland going to come back as Spider-Man? Are going to be more movies? Probably not. Can't be asked. He still has his Zendaya, though. Tom Holland and Zendaya. But in the absence of Tom, he was trying to be Nathan Drake. That wasn't going to work out. But we still got this. We still got this movie, the video game franchise. Oh, yeah, I love the symbiote stuff. So there's a lot of characterization here. This feels like a true sequel. But how did all this happen? And I guess is Eddie Brock going to factor in? Oh, a lot of flying around here. I love this stuff. This whole thing works. A huge treat, as Tyrone Magnus said. Putting the Nintendo Switch aside and not sure what's happening with the PSQ. It's not looking good for Xbox. I mean, with Phil's apology for not getting good games out, I mean, this is not looking good for him at all. What needs to happen is they're going to have to really push out those first parties, those Call of Duties. The Call of Duties, the Spyros or Crash Bandicoot, whatever the Rareware games, Seas of Thieves. Even Sea of Thieves is on Steam Deck. So good job, PlayStation. Keep it going.